Just when we thought robot soldiers were still the stuff of movies like The Machine, China's military just hit us with a reality check. In an official report published July 10th in the PLA Daily, yes, the mouthpiece of the actual Chinese army, they're warning that humanoid robots on the battlefield could lead to indiscriminate killings and accidental deaths. Not maybe, not someday, but as in, this is now a real concern. That's like the inventor of fire suddenly yelling, "Wait, this might burn down the house." I mean, this is just insane. The article, signed by 3 researchers, Yuan Yi, Ma Ye, and Yue Shiguang, doesn't just wave red flags. It basically throws the whole thing at you and shouts, "Wake up." And yes, it really does give you a reality check. So what's the big deal? Well, in simple terms, humanoid robots, machines that walk and move like humans, are being made to do things soldiers do. This includes surveillance, transport, and maybe even shooting. And China is rapidly advancing in this area. But here's the thing, these robots can make mistakes and they don't feel guilt. And unlike humans, they won't hesitate before pulling a trigger. This is because hesitation isn't going to happen unless someone writes it in the robot. The PLA researchers admit that while these robots might even help with efficiency in war, they could also be used in ways that violate moral and legal norms. These can include overkill, civilian casualties, or simply malfunctioning in the middle of battle and taking out the wrong targets. That would be unsettling. Asimov's laws don't work anymore. The authors even talked about Isaac Asimov's 3 laws of robotics. Remember the first one? A robot may not injure a human being or, through inaction, allow a human being to come to harm. Sounds great, right? Not until your robot has a grenade launcher and accidentally thinks a shadow is an enemy. The PLA report argues that Asimov's rules just don't cut it anymore. We're in uncharted territory where robots aren't just tools, they're potentially autonomous agents of death. What people are saying. Comments from around the web show both fascination and dread. This is literally the Terminator Timeline, and we're all just watching it happen. When your own military starts panicking, you know it's time to hit pause. So let me get this straight. China warns against humanoid killer robots while building them at warp speed? Cool. Totally not terrifying.
Tired of your coffee going cold? The Ember mug keeps your drink perfectly hot, so the last sip is as good as the first. The perfect upgrade for you, or a great gift for a loved one's. Click the link in the comments section to buy now.
Asimov never imagined TikTok plus Terminators. I trust a toaster more than I'd trust a warbot. And honestly, same. A toaster has better precision as compared to a war robot. From hype to hesitation. Until now, the talk about military robots has mostly been about demos and cool new videos. But this time, the warning isn't coming from an activist or a professor. It's coming from China's official military newspaper. The PLA article admits that humanoid robots may never fully replace existing unmanned systems like drones or remote vehicles. This is because they're too complicated, too expensive, and honestly, a little too creepy. They're difficult to control, hard to deploy in harsh environments, and likely to make mistakes that no one can fully prevent. Let's talk about that creepy factor. There's something scary about a robot that looks like a human but has none of the moral values. A drone is just a flying machine, but a humanoid with a gun is a nightmare on 2 legs. It confuses our instinct and forces us to ask the questions. Are we looking at a soldier, a tool, a weapon, a person? This is not just a design issue, it feels like a huge problem. Why China is still building them anyway. Despite all the warnings, China isn't hitting the brakes at all. The country is investing heavily in AI, embodied cognition, and humanoid robotics. This is important, especially in strategic competition with the US. Just this year, multiple Chinese firms showcased advanced humanoid prototypes that walk, jump, and even lift objects. It's not hard to see what's next: autonomous patrols, robot border guards, mechanical foot soldiers, and much more. Whether they shoot or not, the presence of a humanoid robot in uniform changes the battlefield entirely. Across the Pacific, what the US Army is doing. While China is deep in the humanoid combatants, the US Army has quietly been building its own semi-autonomous and robotic systems, although with a different focus and framework. Robotic Combat Vehicle (RCV) program. The Army's RCV initiative is developing unmanned ground vehicles in light, medium, and heavy variants to support armored brigades. These robot tanks aren't humanoid, but they're designed to carry sensors, weapons, and even autonomous navigation software. These allow standoff engagement without putting soldiers in direct harm's way. Exoskeletons and Iron Man suits. Projects like TALOS, Tactical Assault Light Operator Suit, aim to give soldiers enhanced strength, protection, and battlefield awareness. Though full-body exoskeletons remain experimental, prototypes have demonstrated how powered suits could reduce fatigue, carry heavier loads, and integrate with heads-up displays.
What if your water bottle glowed to help you reach your hydration goals? The Lark bottle does. Its smart sensor tracks your intake and glows to remind you when it's time to drink. Plus, it purifies your water on the go. Prioritize your health with the perfect gift for you and your loved ones. Click the link in the comment section to never forget to hydrate again.
Airborne autonomy, loyal wingman drones. Programs like the Loyal Wingman enlist AI-piloted drones to fly alongside human-piloted aircraft. Equipped with sensors and light munitions, these drones can scout ahead, absorb enemy fire, and maybe even carry out precision strikes, but under strict human supervision, Boston Dynamics and beyond. Though not a direct Army project, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, DARPA, has funded work with Boston Dynamics quadrupeds like the Spot robot for logistics, reconnaissance, and cargo transport. The U.S. approach is about autonomy in specialized platforms rather than chasing fully humanoid soldiers. By keeping a human in the loop and having simple things, tanks, exoskeletons, quadbots, they aren't running into the strange territory of self-aware killing machines. The bottom line, the PLA Daily is basically saying, yes, humanoid robot soldiers are impressive, but they could also commit war crimes. And that is the world we now live in. It's a strange, chilling moment when a government that's actively building these machines starts publishing news asking, are we doing the right thing? And here's the scariest part. Nobody really knows the answer. This isn't just about China or the military. It's about us going into an age where we hand the power of life and death to machines that don't care, can't feel, and may never be fully under our control. Are we ready for that? Or are we building weapons we'll someday wish we could forget? I mean, this is how most of the apocalypse movies start. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more info on AI robots and new technology.